Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today is Sunday, May, is it 5th? Yep, May 5th, 9:45 a.m. Let's take a look and see what we got from last week, and then look at what might be coming up in the list. So the S&P on Friday, well, the whole market really, a really positive reaction from those jobs numbers, and hopefully you see the nice big green bar. That's not so big, but there's a nice big one over here. No, maybe not. Where did I see the big one? That was pretty good. There was a nice green bar on Friday. And we're starting to push back over these levels. So that's the NASDAQ, the S&P, starting to push back over top of those levels. Kind of what I've been waiting for is for a day like Friday, and hopefully we see another one Monday or Tuesday, where we can actually begin to pull away from these levels. We've been dancing around that almost uneasily, if that's a word. I don't like it. I don't like the way that it's danced around. Friday was good. That was fantastic. There was a lot of upside everywhere. And so I'm hoping that that's the beginning of this market trying to pull away. If it is, look at the oscillator. It's at an 11.92, which is just barely over neutral, not quite overbought. Overbought would be 40 on this oscillator. So we're not even close to that right now, which means we have lots of room if we get upside to go without much pressure from above to try to reverse it or anything, which is good. Hopefully we get some more upside Monday. So going into the list, and the list is pretty long. I want to make sure that I give decent analysis on every single stock, so I'm hoping the video doesn't go too long, but we'll see. COUP had a really good day finally on Friday. After dancing around, it basically made a little bull flag, starting to go higher. Some volume came up from the previous day, so that's pretty good. Looks good. Palo Alto came out of this channel. Volume came up a little, so we're starting to try to clear this line finally. Its earnings are May 29th, so it's got lots of room before that happens. Alibaba is really starting to move. Yeah, I had this. I don't remember when I first put this in the list, but it cleared and closed above it the first day there. Swung around quite a bit the second day and still closed above, and then Friday we finally got a nice decent move on Alibaba. Netflix came out of this falling wedge kind of flag channel type area and is busted out and then backed off, and now it has another little ascending triangle. So that would be over this high of 380, basically 386. I still have a target of 395 on that overall move, so should still have some room if the market keeps going and all these other stocks keep moving. Ollie I've hit in here for a little bit and it's cleared this line. The volume wasn't quite as good as I would like to see, but it still cleared the line. Things look good in this market, man. I adjusted this lower line on MDB to kind of encompass the whole thing. It's kind of a symmetrical triangle. Still within the pattern, it hasn't broke anything yet. It still looks pretty good to me. Etsy. Now this is kind of complicated because I had this whole thing for quite a while. It cleared it and then came back in, but then formed a little pennant right around the line, and now cleared it on Friday. So volume wasn't quite as good as I would like, but still cleared the line finally. 70 might be a real resistance though. So if you're in, you're in. If it breaks 70, you might want to try that too. Really want to see more volume on Etsy. Trade desk, this thing is really powerful. It's moving really well. So you could have entered someplace in here or jumped in on that day, but then it kind of consolidated again. It's still moving. Good volume on Friday too. That looks really, really good. HUBS cleared here. I didn't get this in the list before it broke out, I don't think, but if you did get in, at least I can take a look at it for you. So here's this little pattern. It broke through, and now we've got a little area right here that there's another. I wouldn't suggest buying it if it broke it on really big volume. You could try it. Like I said before on this channel, I don't like these little flag entries anymore. They just don't seem to be consistently working. But 186.97 if you wanted to try it there. This thing's got a lot of power. It might actually keep going like that. I mean, I'm not saying that it won't go higher, but I mean, for a nice clean breakout, it might work because that thing's got a lot of strength. JK Solar finally broke through. Volume was really good. Tesla, I mentioned if there was something that could shoot us back into this pattern, and there was. News came out and shot right back in. But now if it can build its way back to this upper line, that would be a breakout of this giant falling wedge channel type pattern. So keep an eye on that as it builds its way higher. We'll just have to see if it keeps trending, but yeah, that would be a buy if it crosses that line. And then the target on Tesla, might have to make a real target, but it's most likely going to be this upper line again, even if it starts to back off somewhere up here along the way. You know it's going to reverse again at that line because that's what it's consistently been doing. It's just all the way back. So depending on whether it breaks out or not, I will put a target on there. Facebook I added. This is really not long enough as far as I'm concerned, but there's a clear support resistance line there. So keep an eye on Facebook. Match broke from this and now has formed another ascending triangle. 63.12 is the upper line there, but its earnings are May 7th, which is Tuesday. So it might take earnings to break it out. I would not buy this before the earnings because you're going to potentially get squashed. IBB, this is biotech. This is a pattern I really like. A pullback into an ascending triangle. You see the green bars popping in right here. That is over, let me get the about 108 basically. I love that pattern. If biotech start getting some momentum, that's going to be an entry right there for sure. Salesforce, CRM, ascending triangle, 167.56. American Tower added back in because it before it had a little pattern up here, it broke down from there, and now it's clearly forming a line there. So 198.19, 198.20 area, be a break from that. I added now back in because I've had this nice pattern for a long time, but then the earnings popped it up, and now we've got another little ascending triangle forming. So again, just like Facebook, this isn't really long enough for me to enter, but you can see it forming. So if it goes a little longer, it'd be really, really good. 273.82 would be the break of that. I just want to take a quick look over here in this other list because there's some really good stuff here. Lulu. So it broke out from here before and it's forming a little flag. So that looks really good for more upside. Again, I wouldn't enter off those little flags, but if you're in it, yes, it looks fantastic. It should continue to go higher. AYX, this was off of earnings, but I had this in here before. I think that was the earnings report. So I probably would not have been in there for the earnings report, but there's a line right there that you could have bought after the earnings. 189 above or 90, and now it's up to 98. Holy smokes. ZS broke from there, really looking kind of sluggish, but today Friday with all that momentum that we had, maybe it'll start to build higher. Shopify is an absolute beast. I mentioned before that I missed this little piece, this little consolidation right before the earnings. I didn't have it in here. I hadn't done a full review of this list prior to, so I didn't see it. But if somebody else did and you got in, that was a fantastic entry. And look at the move you got. Holy cow. So what I would hope for now is for consolidation to occur up there, either a bull flag or a little ascending triangle of some kind with enough time frame to really build a new base for it to build higher. That's what I'm watching Shopify for. But if you got in on here after the earnings, fantastic. NVIDIA, this isn't really one that I want to go over, but there it is. Actually, I think that's the last one I wanted to see. I'll look at Yeti real quick because that got smoked by earnings as well, I think. Yep. So that's it. That's all I want to go over right now. Lot of momentum in the market. A lot of things on the verge of breaking out that look really good, or things that already broke out that are forming a new base, kind of like COUP little flags or something, HUBS, and look like they're getting ready to go again. So I'm hoping this market continues higher and we get that momentum to start pulling away from that really strong upward resistance line. So that's it. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.